Let me greet all of you as we celebrate here in the Salvation Army Western Jamaica our Founders Day. And across the world, the Salvation Army is observing 160 years of existence. And we are happy that we have been able to make an impact across the world in so many different ways. And when we get the testimonies of people whose lives have been impacted by the work of the Salvation Army, we feel blessed. And we want to continue to serve suffering humanity, to save souls and nurture the saints as much as possible as we are guided with our new path, the compass. And we look forward to the leading from our international headquarters and territorial headquarters, divisional headquarters, and our churches and institutions as we are guided through God's Holy Spirit from above. One song says, "There is joy in the Salvation Army." And truly, as we see lives being changed step by step, we feel the joy. And we see the joy on the faces of our clients, on the faces of those who join the Salvation Army and serve in church ministry, on the faces of strangers who find comfort in the warmth of fellowship that they receive and assistance through our social welfare programs. We give God thanks and pray that you continue to be blessed and do your part in helping us to be the best that we can be as we serve the Lord cheerfully in Western Jamaica, Eastern Jamaica, in the Caribbean, and in the international global community of Salvationists and friends of the Salvation Army. May God bless you as we share now briefly today from Western Jamaica. Greetings, friends of the Salvation Army. Here we are, Bluefields again, and today I want to focus on growing together. Growing together. Yesterday we focused on the foundation, and now I'm at the entrance to the church. Yesterday we looked at these, building the foundation, but here's a very interesting sight. Take a look at these flowers that are growing here. Lovely purple. But when you look at it, there's a whole pile of rocks that they're growing behind. Let's see if I can zoom in. You see all these rocks? Yeah, they are growing through there. I receive certain reflections as I look on this patch here. I want you to look at it with me. Let's look closely. First of all, these, I call them flowers. They're growing out of all these rocks. You don't see any dirt, but I presume the dirt is behind. Of course, you can see the dirt here, right? But pushing through from behind the rocks, come these lovely purple flowers. What does that say to us when we look at life? Life is a struggle. Life is a struggle. But it may seem impossible for this plant to be growing here. but yet the plant is growing through rocks, through hard times. Hard times. You know, they're sure that this church has been going through hard times. This Salvation Army in the Caribbean territory has been going through hard times. But God, we sing, God will make a way where there seems to be no way. And when you look at this, you can't see where the soil is. But somehow this thing is growing, and it is growing well. It is growing well. There's a testament to the fact that God will help me and you to do our best even when situations are tough. And across the territory, we 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 work in some adverse conditions. When I mean that, I mean especially economically, where we are restricted in our progress, especially because of financial constraints. But the Lord has helped us to be blessed, and able to do things which would seem impossible, to come from in between these rocks and grow and bloom. And flowers are getting ready to bloom on this plant here. But take a look again. So that's one thing. We can go through impossible times and God makes a way. But look at this. There are some vines. There are some vines that are growing in between these purple flowers. They're not a lot, but they are there. Interspersed through these flowers, vines are growing. Do you remember the story that Jesus told where it says, a guy planted a field and then in the night, some other person came and planted some tears, and then you can't really tell the difference. And then suddenly somebody discovered wheat and tears growing together. And they asked the master, well, what will we do? Will we take up these tears? And the master said, no, let them grow together, because you don't want that when you're trying to pull up the tears, you pull up some of the wheat. He said, let them grow together, and then by the time of the harvest, you will be able to distinguish the difference between the wheat and the tears. What does that say to us as we are moving around in this Salvation Army? There are struggles, and we have to live in community with all kind of people, the saved and the unsaved. Just like this patch here, they are growing and we are living in, and times are changing, and there are a number of challenges, not only to moral living, but to the Christian faith. But we have to coexist, and we have to continue to remain fighting like this purple plant. Yes, the vines are coming there and trying to take control. But look again, see? God is helping this plant to thrive, even though the vines are there trying to suck up the nutrients, trying to take over. But look at this. The purple plant is in the majority. Yes, the vines are there, but you see more purple than anything else. This is a reminder again. You remember when, was it Jeremiah, that was the weeping prophet. He was crying, and God asked him, well, what are you doing here? And he said, oh, it's only me laughing. I'm the only one serving you. And then God said, if you go over to this city, you will find a number of people who have not bowed to Baal. And this is a testimony to us. You look at this patch here, the purple is in the majority. Sometimes we look around, we look to other core, we look to other churches, we look in our community. We feel like the Salvation Army is small. We feel like the Salvation Army is like the green weeds. When really, in truth and in fact, we have the potential to be like these purple plants and flowers. So I want to challenge you, I want to encourage you. Think positive and do your part to continue to bloom where you are, just like these plants here. The good Lord is with us, and through the rocks and crevices, we will rise, and we will grow, and we will go from strength to strength as we live in this world. The Lord is going to provide, and we are going to be blessed.